happy to be here and celebrate with you guys today. And we've got several celebrations, and just to appreciate the work that you all do, and your teachers and staff and everything that goes on out here at Dibrell, and we're very proud of you, and just wanted to have an assembly today to celebrate you guys for just a little bit. But the first presentation that we want to make is very special to us. Also, the reward school that we're going to celebrate in just a moment, and several, but we want to celebrate one of your teachers. And we celebrate all of our teachers every day, but it's very special that we get the opportunity to come out and to celebrate our teachers. So, Mr. Loeffler, would you mind coming up?
I had no idea. That's
right. That's always
surprising. Well, thank you.
Amazing. What we want to celebrate, Mr. Loeffler, we know he does a great job in the classroom, and he's been, I think, nominated for Teacher of the Year. And I'm happy to announce that Mr. Loeffler is the Warren County Schools. Loeffler, sorry. Sorry. Get it right. I'll get it right, Loeffler. Mr. Loeffler is the grades 5 through 8 Warren County Schools Teacher of the Year. So we're very
I would like to give a shout out. I appreciate this. I'm honored. All right, hush. I don't teach for awards or anything. I teach because it's fun. And that's, I don't have it's not a popular opinion, but I've said this before. You know, a good teacher really needs to have good students. And I'm blessed to be here. It's the best students that I've ever had. I love you guys. Thank you. I have great faculty and staff. I love coming to every day. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
January the 2nd of this year, I know, it's exciting, Mr. Loeffler. If Mr. Ferris had been here today, we would have recognized him as one of our leaders of our positive behavior team. But I would like for our other members to stand that's a part of our positive behavior team. Miss Gibson and Miss Smith and Miss Cantrell, they have worked along with Mr. Ferris and provided documentation of the things that our students and our teachers have been doing to work on our response to instruction and intervention for behavior. And the Tennessee Department of Education and the Tennessee Behavior Supports Project has notified us that we are now a school of recognition, and we will be recognized on February the 7th. Mr. Ferris is going to represent us, so let's give them a round of applause. And this is also our School Board Appreciation Week, and we would like to thank our school board members, James Bennett, Tanya Bess, Linda Blair, Teddy Jones, which represents our district, Helen Martin, Bill Zegman, and our Director of Schools, Bobby Cox, who leads the work in education. And let's give them all a round of applause for their dedication. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Cox rise because he is going to tell you about another special award that we are being recognized by the state for.
As Ms. Gann said, we're here for several reasons today, but a very special reason, very important reason, I think, today is the work that you all have done over the past year, along with your teachers, to reach this point. So Dr. Candace McQueen, who's the Commissioner of Education, who works with Governor Haslam in his cabinet, has written a letter for Dibrell Elementary, and I wanted to read that letter to you along with presenting your banner. It says, under Tennessee accountability rules, schools and districts must increase achievement levels for all school students and show faster growth in achievement for the students who are furthest behind in order to reduce achievement gaps. Rather than expecting all students to meet the same benchmarks year after year, the accountability model acknowledges that schools are starting from a different place and rewards those who show the most growth. So Dibrell Elementary, this year I am proud to announce, has been recognized as a reward school by the Tennessee Department of Education. And that's due to your work and your teachers' work. So give yourself a hand for the work. So the reward schools, there are not many reward schools in Tennessee. There's only a small amount. There's only two. We've never had two in Warren County before. So Morrison Elementary and Dibrell Elementary were recognized this year as reward schools. You're in the top 5% of schools in the state. So that's a big achievement. That's a very big achievement. So not many schools receive this banner. So this banner is for you. It's for recognizing the hard work that you've done, the hard work that your teachers have done, and you'll get to keep this banner forever and hang it in your school. And you can, every time you look at it, you can recognize the hard work and the achievement that you've made to be a reward school. And we just want you to know that we're so proud of your work and the students at Dibrell Elementary, the teachers at Dibrell Elementary, the community at large, and we appreciate everything that you do. So I hope that you will give yourself again a round of applause for the hard work in being a reward school.
To WCPI 91.3 listeners. This is a live report from Dibrell Elementary School, where there has been a large celebration by the entire student body in the beautiful new gymnasium at the remodeled and expanded Dibrell Elementary School. Several key events today. Bobby Cox, the director of Warren County Schools, is with me. I'm going to ask him to go over those, but one of the major developments here today was the announcement of Dibrell Elementary as one of Tennessee's reward schools. That is the elite among the elite. You've got to be in the top 5% to get that designation. And for the first time in Warren County history, Warren County has two of these elite reward schools. Not only Dibrell, but on the other pole of Warren County, down to the southwest, Morrison Elementary. We also have Autumn Turner and Ms. Sheila Gann, who is the principal, and Carl Curtis. Carl and Autumn are the supervisors of instruction and learning for the school system. Bobby, I want to turn it over to you, but and I'm going to let you handle the microphone. But what does it take to be a reward school in Tennessee?
Well, as you said, Bill, it's schools that perform in the top 5% in progress are recognized as reward schools. There's also reward schools in achievement as well, but our reward schools are in progress, so we're very happy to have that designation. And like you said, this is the first time that we've had 2 reward schools in the same year. I think Centertown Elementary was a reward school several years ago, but Dibrell and Morrison this year are reward schools, and you know, being in the top 5% of schools in the state is very exciting for us, and it kind of really, I guess, gives the recognition that's needed to the students and the staff of Dibrell Elementary and Morrison Elementary. And we celebrated with Morrison a few months ago, and now we're here today to celebrate with Dibrell. So we're just very excited for Miss Gann and her staff and the students and the hard work that's been done here, and looking for good things. You know, once you get there, you gotta kind of stay there. So we're hoping we can keep the bar high.
Yeah. You've raised the expectations. Ms. Gann, just in a couple of sentences, and I know this is putting a big burden on you, but in a couple of sentences, what does it take to move up to the reward school status? What did you do? Is there any kind of secret maxim for success in getting to the reward school status?
Well, our teachers put in overtime. They planned together, collaborated, and had flexible schedules to make it work. They work with students before, during, and after school to make sure they could move students.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that flexibility and the willingness of your teachers, and not just teachers, but your support staff, to sometimes put in extra hours a lot of times they're not getting paid for, right?
That's correct. I came here Sunday, and they were here working Sunday, getting ready for everyone to come back from the snow, excited for the students to be back.
The students weren't all that excited, Bobby.
That's true.
In the assembly program in the gymnasium, Bobby is very popular when he calls off schools because of inclement weather, but when we go back to school, maybe not so much so, right?
Oh, that's true, but we still like them anyway.
Oh, good. Ms. Turner, Mr. Curtis, gather in over here a little closer. What message do you want to send to the teachers and the support staff? And when I say support staff, we're talking about bus drivers, school nutrition workers, maintenance, custodial staff, people like this. They're all part of the total equation.
Well, I'll just say thank you for all the work that they put in. We know that our teachers are the best in the state, and they put in many, many hours that go unrecognized and unnoticed and sometimes unknown. And this reward status for Dibrell just goes to show that kind of a commitment that we have from our teachers. And ultimately, our students are reaping the benefit. We have excellent teachers and we have excellent students, and this is just evidence of that. So I guess more than anything else, I would just like to say thank you for the teachers, and we don't say thank you enough, but this is thank you and recognition to go along with it.
Mr. Curtis, Ms. Turner's specialty in the school system is the elementary and up into the middle school grades, but your responsibility is for the high school, the upper grades, from middle school on up. And what do you say to these elementary school teachers and staff and instructional staff, coordinators, interventionists? Their work is essential. If your teachers are going to have success, they have to build that foundation here at Dibrell Elementary School and all of our other elementaries.
That's correct, Mr. Zeckman. It's going to take an effort from all of us working together for that to happen. Kindergarten all the way through high school. It's not just a high school responsibility. When we start thinking about careers in post-secondary, we really want to start that work all the way in kindergarten. So when that student starts talking about what they want to do for a career, we want to get them acclimated and interested in that and start to research and give them all the information we can and build on that all the way through their middle school years and then into high school.
Mm-hmm. One of the major national assessments, the normative assessment for how well we're doing with our high school graduates is the ACT or the SAT score. And under Mr. Cox's leadership, we have moved upward in ACT performance. We've also moved upward in graduation rates. A lot of good things are happening. But that ACT, that doesn't start when they reach the high school. That starts here at Dibrell Elementary and other schools, wouldn't you say?
Yes, at least half the test is covered before they ever get to high school. So we do have a program in place now that we're starting to do some practice tests with those 8th graders before they get there. But also we've reached out to those middle school teachers and below for them to know that the work that's going to be taking place for that ACT is really going to be covered with the standards that are going to start even in 2nd and 3rd grade.
And it's not just the exam, it's literacy, numeracy, and all the skills it takes for your students, Ms. Gann, to be ready for Warren County High School.
Yeah, every teacher is important. Reading, no matter what subject they're going to be teaching, reading is so important for students to be on track and on grade level for them to be successful. But any teacher can help. We have, preached with the math teachers that, you can help with doing things such as, field goal percentage for basketball or the batting average, for baseball. You can get some math involved in those classes. But I would stress reading needs to be done every grade level, every subject.
And of course, to the parents, read 20 minutes a day with your child, right, Ms. Turner?
That's right, every day, 20 minutes.
20 minutes a day. And finally, before we sign off, Ms. Gann, there was another celebration here today. One of your teachers has been judged to be the Teacher of the Year, Dorian Leffler. Tell us about Mr. Leffler.
He brings enthusiasm to every classroom, and the students love him. They know that they're going to learn in his class, and they're going to be prepared for the high school. And next year we're hoping to add high school credit for science in 8th grade. We already have English 1 and Algebra 1 for high school credit. And so he is one that pushes the students. As a matter of fact, he texted me several times this weekend about how excited he was. He's already got his lab set up to go today. And he just is full of enthusiasm. And he stays after school and works with the students that need him. He works with students before school, to make sure that they are mastering the skills.
He is truly an exemplary teacher. We have a lot of exemplary teachers. He's definitely one of them.
Absolutely. And we're very blessed to have him as on part of our staff.
Okay. I want to go back before we wind up here to Bobby Cox. And I know that as Director of Schools, you must feel a tremendous amount of gratitude for the work that the teachers do. We know that if teachers and support personnel were paid on the basis of their contribution to improving society, they'd be paid a whole lot more than they are now, right?
Certainly. I mean, for the work that they do, we obviously know that they don't get paid enough. And these people here, Autumn and Carl and Sheila and all of our principals and staff work hard every day to make sure that our students learn. I mean, that's our sole goal, is to make sure that our students perform the way that we know that they can perform, that they're successful, and they're set for whatever career or college opportunity that may be out there. So I appreciate them, and we recognize Dibrell today, but this is also a recognition of the work at the central office, the work in our schools, the work at, like you said before, of our faculty, our staff, our cafeteria workers, everybody that's involved. It's our mission statement is one team, one goal, and that's what we are. So we appreciate the recognition today, and today we're celebrating Dibrell, and we'll continue to do that.
And we'll celebrate all the schools because there are great successes, great achievements every day, every minute in all of our schools, wouldn't you say?
Exactly right. I was just kind of going through our report card today, and Autumn and I were talking this morning, and there's several things that we're going to start putting out about our schools and the things that we've done this year. So we'll be getting the word out, so there's more to come.
Okay, and Mr. Joe Harvey is here, Director of Wcstv. Tremendously powerful community outreach service, and that helps the public actually understand and know what's going on inside the schools, and hopefully builds community support for our schools.
Exactly. Joe does an outstanding job with the WCPI, and also, we had some videos that came out about school closure, and Joe's the brains behind that, and he just told me what to do, and I tried to do it, and he did a great job with that, and it was fun for the kids, and hopefully we won't have to make any more announcements like that, but we may have some more things in the can, that we might want to pull out later on. But Joe does a great job, very creative, and we're happy to have him.
He is very creative and a great video director. And you did, as the actor, you did passably well, but take my advice, don't quit your day job, okay?
Well, yeah, that's what I've said. I've had several friends that have said, if you ever sing again, we're no longer friends. So I'll take that into advice. Acting and singing is not my forte.
Oh, man, thank you so much. Bobby Cox, Director of Warren County Schools, Mr. Carl Curtis, Autumn Turner, and Sheila Gann, thank you all so much. I should have worn the purple today, and I'm a little bit out of step in terms of color today. Here at the home of the Wildcats, Dibrell Elementary. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
we
very
want to
much.
thank our listeners at WCPI and viewers on WCSTV. This is Bill Zachman, one of the volunteer producers at WCPI, sending you now back to our downtown studio.